Hey guys, how you doing? I hope everything is well. Everything is good with me. Y'all, what happened in Chicago is, I don't even know what to call it. It's a shame that all of these people was targeted. Like they was targeted. It's like they didn't even try to, whoever they was trying to send a message to, they didn't even try to do that. They just piled up everybody. I mean everybody. They even showed where a young man was trying to get out the way, and he literally ran where the car was at. That the pow pow was coming from, and he got hit. It's just I'm saying like let me just say this here. These drill rappers, when you be dissing your ops and stuff like that, I don't know what makes them do that and they feel like that's okay. I don't understand that. I don't get that. you know I mean, I don't have anything against rapping, but when you start dissing your ops and you think that it's okay, this is the outcome. You know what I'm saying? This is the outcome. And it could have not, it didn't have to be like the lady that gave the her release of her album. It didn't have to be for her. It could have been for somebody else that was there. You understand what I'm saying? It could have been for somebody else because her boyfriend, he got unalive too. You know what I'm saying? So this is a shame. I wish these young people would understand that you have parents, and when we get that phone call, that's our worst nightmare. Like, y'all have to think about, not just yourself. You have to think about your family members when you playing that type of game. When you live in that type of life, you understand what I'm saying? That you have family. You have family members that love you, and you have to think like, if you don't love yourself, you know what I'm saying? Because if you think that that you're untouchable, that's just thinking ridiculous, because no one is untouchable. That's just ridiculous. So when you out there living that type of life, this is the outcome. You know what I'm saying? Just one person had to diss the ops and could have been at you know that release, and not even that there. If you even had any ops, all those people that was there, they're posting. They all posting up because they happy. They happy for you. You know what I'm saying? They happy for the young lady, doing her thing. You know what I'm saying? And they posting up. And when they posting up, they putting their location. You understand? They're putting their location. And not even that, you put it on Instagram. So you open the door for anybody. You understand what I'm saying? It's just really sad. It's really, really, really sad, and I'm so sorry that this happened. I wasn't even there. I didn't have no loved ones that was there, but it feels like I did, because I this was just a hot, dirty mess. I feel so sad for the families. You understand? And them people last night, they were scared. When I say scared, they were scared out their minds. They didn't know what the hell went on. But they said they didn't find anybody yet. They don't know who did it or whatever like that. But they have a lot of stuff online. People posting up and saying all kinds of craziness. And here we go again. You understand what I'm saying? Here we go again. People is literally laughing at you know the situation. How you laughing? Like, this not funny. Like, it's not funny at all. It's not funny at all. But anyway, y'all, let me just read y'all something, because this here, the mayor of Chicago, he came out. What's his name? Brad. He came out and he spoke, and he was trying to say what he said. But anyway, they said it was a vigil held for Taylor Walker. They said after the mass shooting, the City River North neighborhood, Walker 26 was among four that passed away. and they had a vigil for her. You see what I'm saying? They love their family members. They love their family members. Like, that's just crazy. They had to have a visual. She went to have a good time to celebrate, you understand, the young lady. They went to celebrate the young lady because they're happy for her. And she got unalived. Crazy. Crazy. And let me tell you something. Today is the 4th. And you know, fireworks sound like pow pows. And I hope everybody be safe. And I hope nothing else don't happen in Chicago, which I feel like, you know, I don't know. I really don't know, because this was really bad. This was really bad. So everybody is skeptical, like, who could have done this here? You know, they just don't know yet. But I'm hoping everybody be safe tonight. You know, when they start shooting off the firecrackers, hopefully that, you know, everybody stays safe. You understand? I'm here at 4th of July. I'm not going anywhere, y'all. I'll probably go later on while I live at for a few, and that's it. I'm back because I don't know. This here shook me up. I'm telling you, this shook me. This really shook me, because I was thinking, like, you know, that could be my child. You know what I'm saying? Because all of them were so young. These was people. These people babies, like, young. Like I said the other day, like, damn, can you at least make it to 30, 25 at least? This don't make no sense. It seems like they don't care. I don't know. I don't know how y'all feeling in your mind that y'all do act like y'all don't want to make it, because you put yourself in situations like this here. This is crazy, like, for real. Anyway, she's one of the. She's one. She's the one her friend turned to for a problem, whether that was fixing their hair or personal advice. Dozens of people came to the visual on the south side of Chicago the evening of July 3rd to mourn Taylor Walker, one of the 4 in the drive-by powering and evening before. The mass powering outside the album release party in Chicago, Ritzy River North neighborhood had shocked the city, where leaders thought they had begun turning the tides on violence. In addition to those who was unalive, 14 people was injured in the power. I can't believe they took my baby like that. See what I'm saying? That's somebody's baby. You understand what I'm saying? I don't care how old she was. She's somebody's baby. Like, this ain't cool, y'all. Like, for real, y'all. It left a big hole in my heart. Booth stood at the center of the large crowd outside Chicago's vocational high school for the visual. Walker studied cosmetology and danced at the Southside Institution years ago, according to classmates. Chicago police has not made any arrests and are investigating what prompted the power at the album release party of the Southside rapper Mellow Bucks. It happened after 11 p.m. on July 2nd, when a dark-colored, not July 2nd, on July 3rd. This happened last night. That's something. That's so crazy. A dark-colored vehicle drove by and fired into a crowd of people standing outside before immediately fleeing the scene, police said. The incident occurred outside the Artist Restaurant and Lounge, where the release party was held. In addition to Walker, the deceased victim includes 2 men, 23 and 25, and 2 women, ages 26 and 27, according to the Cook County Medical Examiner Office data. The injured range in ages 21 to 32 and was taken to area hospitals. Police said 3 of the injured was in critical condition. 1 was shot in the back, a second one shot in the leg, and another shot in the mouth. Jesus Christ, shot in the mouth. That means they was going for the face. You feel me? And not even that there. I have a video of I have a tape of the ages of the person, like where they were shot at in the leg. They was shot. They was just shooting. They didn't give a damn. They didn't give a damn. That had to be a switch because they did not give a damn. Everybody was just getting pow pow all over the place. Just, I mean, it had to be chaos. It had to be chaos, y'all. I mean, I seen it. You know, I was watching it last night, and I was just like, "What the, what's good? What the hell is going on here?" This is crazy. People was hysterical. People were so scared. They was just like, they didn't know what to do, but they was helping each other. But this was really, really bad. And she was very, she was very hurt. Mm-hmm. Ella was very hurt. She was very hurt. Okay, let me finish. They said friends and family remember Walker as a skilled hairdresser and dancer. Among the people attended the vigil, Walker was a significant other who also hit in the her boyfriend even was hit. Jesus Christ. And the power and appeared on crutches. She knew so many people, and Naya, who grew up in the same South Side neighborhood as Walker. She really was popular. She was popping. Hairstylist, dancer, and dancer. The party. Many people at the vigil wore pink and referred to Walker's favorite color, and and the crowd released dozens of pink balloons in her honor. She also had a heart of gold, and Jordan Rose Johnson, who knew Walker from the Southside High School, the two appeared together on the field at many of the same school games and events. Rose Johnson was a cheerleader, and Walker belonged to a different dance program. Just the sweetest person, said Rose Johnson, 28. Mariah Jones, who also studied cosmetologist at the high school, was with Walker, and said her friend was inspiring. She was just the happiest, bubbliest person, said Jones, 27. Whenever I came to with her with a problem, she will always have something positive to say to me to make her feel better. They said, what else to know about the power? The power happened at the album release party on Chicago drill rapper Mello. The name of the album is Hollywood. Mello's significant other was among the people that was killed. Mello's boyfriend was killed. She said in a post on social media that the Chicago Times identified him as Devon Williamson, 23. We were having so much fun together in our private life. Mello said in the posting a mirage of pictures and videos with Williamson. Couldn't leave each other glued to my hip every day. Mello also posted on social media after the power saying prayers up for all the posts on social prayers up for all my sisters. God, please wrap your arms around every last one of them. In separate posts, she added, I don't wish this pain on anyone. You know, that was kind of crazy because, you know what I'm saying? Like, it was so many females that was shot. But you can really, like, kind of understand because she is a female. Mella is a female, so she had a lot of females that liked her music, so they came out to celebrate with her. So that's probably why so many females had got power because they was representing her. They was coming there to represent. You know what I'm saying? That's probably why. I don't think that these here, the was the was just out to women. I don't think so. I just think that so many women came to pay their respects to her, congratulating her on her album. So that's what I think. The shooting happened. Okay, the shooting happened outside the artist restaurant and lounge in the River North neighborhood last night. At an act of violence happened within the rides of the restaurant, and it shook us. us deeply. The restaurant said in a post on social media, adding that it was created as a safe space for people of color, LGBTQ people, and allies. This moment is painful, but it only strengthens our commitment to holding spaces for those who need it most. The restaurant said it was working with the authorities. Police had ordered the restaurant to close during the ongoing investigation, of course. They said city leaders are frustrated. The 18 people was piled in the matter of seconds. Police Superintendent Larry Smellin said at the news conference that said the afternoon of July 3rd, clearly there was some there was some target. This wasn't some random powering where someone just decided that they were going to pow at the particular group of people. Smeldon told reporters he said police do not yet know the motives of the shooting. Multiple shell cases was found at the scene, including one that appeared to be from a rifle. The incident was one of two mass powering in Chicago the night of July 2nd. Mayor Brandon Johnson said the other left four victims hospitalized on the far south side. Both came ahead of 4th of July weekend, typically the most violence in the city every year. And days after Johnson had launched his administration effort to reduce violence in the city, violent crime is down to the level not seen at least a decade in our city. Johnson said on July 1st news conference, the drop in violence include Chicago recording fewer than 200 homicides through the first 6 months of the year for the first time in over a decade. Johnson Johnson stuck a different tone on July 3rd. He said he was frustrated and angry by the senseless, cowardless act of violence. Shootings like this are tragic reminder of how far we still had to go as a city, he said. That's just that's just fucked up. I'm gonna be real. I mean, this was just. I don't even know what to say. I don't know what to say. Like everybody, everybody that lived in the United States seen this, and they was mortified. They was like, "What? What?" I mean, it was breaking news. It was all over the internet. It was just a mess. And now everybody is saying this person, that person. They just pointing fingers, which is really ridiculous. You know what I'm saying? Somebody knows who did it. You know what I'm saying? Because they're young. They're going to talk. They're going to talk. And they probably don't even care anyway. They probably don't even care. They probably don't even care. They really don't. They probably don't even care. And it's sad because they're going to jail. If they find out who really did this here, you're going to jail for a very long time. You got to think about it. 14 hurt, 4 unalive. That's 18 counts of attempt. Wait, 4 counts of first degree murder. 14 attempted murder. You ain't never coming out. You ain't never, ever coming out. But anyway, y'all, my heart go out to the family and Mello. To me, she seems really, really hurt. You know what I'm saying? She seems very, very hurt. I don't think she ain't asked for this. She ain't. All she wanted to do was, promote her music or whatever like that. But shit is different. Shit is just different, y'all. But anyway, y'all, I'm gonna go. Prayers going up to the families that lost their loved ones, and the ones that are still in the hospital, and the ones that even got hurt, because everybody is shook. But anyway, y'all, I'm gonna play a small video, because they was just saying that they've had online is just losing it. They're losing it online, like for real. They are really, really losing it online. I'm not lying, y'all. I'm not lying. But anyway, y'all, like I said, watch the small video and hit that like button and subscribe, y'all. Peace and be safe tonight. Today is the 4th of July. Please be careful, okay, y'all? Be vigilant. Watch your surroundings, and if you don't feel comfortable, bounce. You feel me? Bounce. Go. If you don't feel comfortable, go. Enjoy your picnicking and your barbecuing, and all that good stuff. But like I said, you feel uncomfortable, go. Because they ain't playing no games out here, y'all. You feel me? Alright, y'all. I'ma go.
Gunmen in the deadly mass shooting outside a club in River North and determine a motive. WGN's Judy Wang is at the scene with the latest on that investigation.
Police Superintendent Larry Snelling says detectives and the ATF continue analyzing ballistics. The evidence collected here suggested that at least 2 weapons were used. The reason for the shooting? Police are still trying to determine that. This was the scene Wednesday night outside Artist Restaurant and Lounge in River North. Superintendent Snelling says it appears one of the guns used was a rifle. A total of 18 people were shot. The business was rented out for a private event, an album release party for local drill rapper Mellow Bucks. A large crowd had gathered on the sidewalk at Chicago Avenue and Franklin. The shots came from a passing dark color vehicle. Police have not offered a motive, but say it is clear this was a targeted attack. It is unclear who the shooter or shooters were targeting. Cook County's medical examiner identified the victims as 26-year-old Taylor Walker, a Southside hairdresser and friend of the rapper, 27-year-old Aviance King, 25-year-old Leon Henry, and 23-year-old Devontae Williamson, Mellow Bucks' boyfriend. Williamson's mother told us he was one of 7 children. She said Devontae was kind, trusting, and devoted to his 3-year-old daughter.
The people who knew him know what I'm saying. He made an impact on anybody that he cared about. If he cared about you, family, or friend, they know exactly what I'm saying when I say he's such a sweetheart.
And police have not disclosed how many suspects they are seeking in this case. They did make a plea to the public for information that might help in the investigation. If you have a tip, you could submit it at cpdtip.com.
I'm just shook. Breaking news in the River North area of downtown, where there's been a deadly mass shooting overnight. Good morning, I'm Brett Bickering.
And I'm Marcus Lashak. We want to get right to that story. Eric Rung is near the scene at Chicago and Franklin Street with more this morning. Eric?
Well, good morning. We just heard from the Chicago Police Department that tell us that 4 people have been killed, 14 injured. It's 2 men and 2 women among the dead. Now, this all happening around 11:30 outside of a nightclub called Art Is, as well as a Dunkin' Donuts. There was an album release party last night. So there was a large group of people that were leaving the club because it was closing. Now, according to police, a car pulled up. At least one person got out and started firing into the crowd before racing out of here.
Heard a lot of gunfire, and then the next thing you know is a whole bunch of police officers dropping bypass, ambulance, fire, rescue.
Now, this is video that was posted to the Citizen app. It really gives you a good sense of the massive response from Chicago police. Once again, according to police, 4 people were killed here in this shooting. 14 others were injured when a car drove up and at least one person started opening fire. A worker at the club tells us that this was an album release party for a Chicago rapper named Mellow Bucks. The club was closing. There was a large group of people, as I said, outside when that car pulled up and started shooting into the crowd. We've learned the victims of the shooting were rushed to several different area hospitals. Some witnesses say police didn't even wait for the ambulance to get here and just started driving victims to the different hospital themselves. Many of those that were injured are in critical condition.
I was downstairs doing dishes when I heard all this ruckus. The first face that came downstairs, when I saw that face, I called, I literally grabbed the phone. I don't know what's going on, but I know faces. I know energy, I can tell something's up. The minute I saw that face, I grabbed the phone, and I'm the first one to call 911.
Now, once again, Chicago police just confirming here a short time ago that 4 people were killed, 14 others injured in this mass shooting here in River North.
That was just beginning to form.
It also draws attention to a downtown neighborhood that has seen an increase in shootings and murders, even as similar violence has declined citywide. Cell phone video obtained by WGN Investigates shows the chaos and carnage, bodies on the street, the bloodied carted off to waiting ambulances. At one point, the scene so volatile, a police officer appears to use a taser on a combative man who falls to the ground. All of it against a backdrop of a rumbling L train in the heart of downtown Chicago.
Seen here outside of the emergency room compared to early this morning and even overnight, moments after that shooting happened, where, as you can imagine, people with a range of emotions arrived here. A large crowd had gathered, some of them waiting to hear updates on their loved ones, and others physically breaking down after hearing about those fatalities.
We got a speed shot multiple times today. We're going to transport her to the hospital. We're not waiting for an ambulance.
It was all hands on deck as first responders made multiple calls to transport victims to area hospitals given the magnitude of the situation.
Transporting one of the gunshot victims to Northwest Memorial Hospital.
Shortly after the shooting happened, around 11:30 Wednesday night, people began arriving at Northwestern Hospital where 9 of the 18 victims were treated. Outside, people waited after receiving a phone call that their loved one had been injured, and some became physically distraught after learning about the fatalities. Family members have identified Taylor Walker as one of the 4 people who lost their lives. She's described as a loving person with a kind heart who was a hairstylist in the city's South Side. The 26-year-old was at Wednesday's event with her girlfriend who survived after being shot in the leg. The family says Walker is one of 5 siblings, 2 of which have passed away in recent years. A 24-year-old male, a 25-year-old male, and a 27-year-old female are among the deceased, according to police. Of the remaining victims, 5 were taken to Stroger Hospital, 2 to Mount Sinai, and 2 to Illinois Masonic. Now, people we spoke with early this morning, they were too distraught to talk on camera, but they did kind of paint the scene of just how chaotic and hectic things got out here. So much so that scanner audio confirmed Chicago police were called for crowd control. Of course, we're going to continue to monitor these updates and bring you
like a vehicle with no AC. I might run up on your nigga hoe. I'm black. I really do. That's like my big job.
this is the clip that was going around.
I went blank for like, he said 2 weeks. For like 30, 45 more minutes. At the big G. Don't drop no album, bitch. Keep that weak ass shit. Hey, weak ass cover art, bitch. All in here with that weak ass shit, bitch. Keep that shit. Don't drop that weak ass album, bitch. You fucking up the music. We don't want to keep shaking that. Nobody want to keep shaking our ass, bitch. Keep that shit. You didn't go legit, bitch. You ain't go legit. Nobody went legit except for you know who. I ain't crying. When they come back on our side, I ain't crying. We just going back, bitch. Ain't no crime. Go get in that car and speed. Ain't no fuck you talking about. My man's checks, I ain't crying.
I'm just shook. Breaking news in the River North area of downtown where there's been a deadly mass shooting overnight. Good morning, I'm Brett Bickering.
And I'm Marcus Lashak. We want to get right to that story. Eric Rung is near the scene at Chicago and Franklin Street with more this morning. Eric?
Well, good morning. We just heard from the Chicago Police Department that tell us that 4 people have been killed, 14 injured. It's 2 men and 2 women among